so much for tuning into another episode of The Legacy. I'm Kia, your favorite inspirationalist, and I have the pleasure of hosting this week's conversation. It feels good to be back in the studio.
It's been a minute. We've been gone for a while, but I'm excited that
They're
we're back.
like, who's that?
I know. I've really been gone for a I've been gone the longest.
Who is that?
So you guys know it's me, Jasmine, your divine diva, and I am back. I'm back. I know y'all missed me. I've been gone for a while, but I'm back.
Yeah. Were you on leave, like unpaid leave from the podcast? Is there even such a thing?
I was on unpaid leave from the podcast. I think I've been on unpaid leave from a few places. So.
I'm going to take a leave. I am 2020. I'm taking a leave. I'm going to be using my time, and I'm out of here. No, I'm excited to be back, and the most important reason why I'm excited to be back because we have a special guest today. But before we get into who that special guest is, do we got a girl? Do you know?
I do.
You do?
I do. As soon as I can get into stuff, and I probably don't remember. I do. Bam. Okay.
Oh, you do got one? Okay. So,
we have all this crazy stuff going on about the coronavirus, okay? It's messing up people's everything. Like, one of my friends is like, she can't even get no hair right now, okay?
Wait a minute.
She can't get no hair.
Hold up. Girl, did you know?
The coronavirus is messing her, getting her weave.
She was getting Brazilian, or what she was trying to get?
She was trying to get some... I think she was trying to get some Indian hair, but it was coming from China. Okay, number one.
Oh no.
And she can't get her hair. So she's
really got a problem.
So she's like, she got to settle for getting some braids. She's going away. She's taking a cruise. And she's hoping that the coronavirus don't mess up her cruise.
But wait, I would even be nervous, right? So that girl, did you know? I would even be nervous because it's like, girl, if the shipment does actually make it to my house, am I going to catch something? No, because it does stay on your packages, I think, for maybe like 9 days, and I could be making this up. I
think you're probably making it up. You probably is, just a little bit.
No, but I think it stays on your package for a long time to the point that if she could get the Indian hair, she may, risk getting exposed to the coronavirus.
Yeah, well, that could be the case. But let me just also give you some additional numbers. I'm just going to throw a couple numbers out there.
Okay.
So right now they say they have 109,695 coronavirus cases now.
Wait, all over the world, right?
All over the world.
Okay.
They say that we're currently at 3,802 deaths and 60,960 have recovered.
Whew. That's a lot of people.
It is.
A lot of people being exposed to it. A lot of people catching it. A lot of people dying from it.
It is a lot.
Are you nervous?
I'm not nervous yet.
I have stepped my hand washing.
I'm not nervous yet, but I've definitely got my hand sanitizer that I use a lot more, especially at my desk at work. Like, I don't even want nobody to come in my space.
Yeah, I went to real quick story. I went to Bible study. Shout out to Tracy, and she was like, "We elbowing it today." Like a lot of people
are starting to elbow.
I was like, "No, but girl, if I got it, you gonna get it too." I'm one of them. If I got it, I'm spreading it.
If you get it, I love you, and you're my cousin, but I want you to stay in your own lane.
I mean, even look,
we ain't got an elbow neither.
But even if we just did an elbow, the distance that we are right now, you still pose risk of getting it.
Exactly.
So that's what I was saying.
And if I need to be quarantined, I'm coming to your crib, and we quarantining together.
No. And I advise
I hope y'all know. I hope y'all heard it.
It's only set people that if you get sick, that you're allowed to come over. And quarantine means that you should actually stay in your own house where you live.
I'm going to be at her house if she gives it to me.
Anyway, so that's a girl that you know. And girl, I didn't know that there was trouble with folks getting their hair. But guys, moving on, I think that I'm just excited. I'm excited for us to be back in the studio. I'm excited for the way that we are trying to take this podcast. And shout out to Lexi. Lexi, where you at?
The expert in evolution is not experting with us today.
Yeah, she's out there evolving.
She is. She's making moves.
Yeah, so Lexi has some other commitments that she had to tend to today.
And we miss her.
But her awesomeness, a part of one of the responsibilities she has with us is guest relations, right? We just made that up.
We just made it up.
Guest relations. And she was able to have this wonderful person who's been sitting here and listening.
Quiet.
I know we all quiet. And he's not really quiet. Wait till y'all find out what this brother does. But I'm going to let him introduce himself. But we have Japhia Life here with us in the building. And Japhia, did I say that right? Because I've asked him his name at least 6 times.
You did. I'm happy about that.
I'm glad she did.
I appreciate it. I appreciate
I've been struggling.
I know. Like, I'm like, wait, what is it again?
Yeah.
Japhia Life.
The scene, they used to call him Kanye. So
okay, okay. So you used to it.
Yeah, I think after it's repetition, people hear it enough times.
Correct.
Saying it, they'll.
They finally get it.
Yeah,
so tell our audience who you are and a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. So first, thank y'all for having me.
Thanks for joining us.
Being here with two queens. So Japhia Life, Philadelphia, born and raised, hip hop artist, Christian dude. Just artist. Painter.
You paint?
You paint?
Yeah.
Wait, Wikipedia didn't have that down.
Hold on.
I know,
You'd be like, so what exactly can you paint?
Oh,
like,
Lord.
are you painting people?
You can't believe. And I just found out I was telling you, I just found out I had a Wikipedia page, and it's like you can't believe everything on Wikipedia.
Right, true indeed. I want to still get one though.
Yeah, I'll definitely show y'all some stuff.
Yeah, I want to get a Wikipedia page. I do. Yeah.
They gonna say some stuff about you. Half of it'll be true, half of it.
I'm all for a Wikipedia page.
Well, that's where I got all my information from you about today. It said he got 3 kids and 4 baby moms.
They lie. I told you they lie. they lie on there.
They did not have that on Wikipedia.
No, for real, y'all. They didn't have that on there.
Yeah, so just an artist at heart. You know what I'm saying? Somebody trying to do things God's way as opposed to, just my own way.
Wow.
Avid, person who pushes, biblical literacy, especially for Christians. You know what I mean? I'm a person like I observe, and I just see a lot of people in the church like more consumed with like church culture than opposed to the scriptures. It's like they don't even really have a concern for them. It's kind of like it's like groupthink.
Gotcha. When you said like a concern for like the scripture, like abiding by, living it out.
Well, that too, but more so in regards to what it even has to say about anything that we're doing. So most people just their measuring rod for like what we do is what all the other Christians are doing.
Versus what the word says about what we should be doing.
Yeah, so when that happens, you kind of like leave a blind side where the scriptures belong.
Wow.
As a believer, it's kind of like that happens over generations. Certain things become tradition and normal that are unbiblical even.
Wow.
So when you start telling people certain things are unbiblical, it's kind of like how it's like, first of all, it's like they never even heard that wasn't biblical.
Okay.
Because their grandparents were doing it, their parents were doing
Exactly.
it. So they don't. That's what I'm saying. Like my whole thing is pushing biblical literacy.
And the primary way that you push that, is it through your music?
Well, not primarily through my music, but more so on my socials.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Okay.
A lot of people think that I consider my music to be Christian hip hop because I'm a hip hop artist and I'm a Christian, and I think that's another misconception about me and a misconception about art as it relates to Christians. I think that the misconception is if you're an artist, you have to be a Christian artist.
Got it. Right. Okay. Whatever that is. So what's interesting is I had my own box that I actually put you in, and it was like inspirational hip hop because I wasn't sure what genre.
Correct.
Was it hip hop?
Right.
Was it Christian hip hop?
That's
So
fair.
is there a definition?
Fair.
Do you define it in a certain way?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's simple. I'm a hip hop artist.
Gotcha.
That's
okay.
it.
Who is a Christian or is okay?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So I think there's a thing called Christian hip hop, and most of those guys are my friends. I'm even recognized in that community. But I've been telling people since my first album that I've never needed that framing for what I do.
Correct.
I think that if you're a Christian and you make music.
What does that got to do with the price
because
of
when you
Correct.
think about it, Christians, we work all over the world.
Correct.
You
So
know,
would that mean I would
a-
be a Christian podcaster?
Right, or a Christian administrative assistant.
And the only genre
Correct.
of music, and ironically enough, it seems that the only genre of music that they feel the need to put Christian in front of it is hip hop.
Correct.
So that's another conversation. How do you view hip hop? So a lot of people view hip hop as inherently evil. So for you to even be a Christian and do it, it has to be prefaced as a Christian version of it.
Right.
Got it.
But that's because their ignorance tells them that it's inherently evil. But no art form in and of itself would be considered evil. It's what you do with the art form.
Absolutely.
That's evil. So that's why as a Christian, some people say, well, if you're a Christian, why would you just go by hip hop? Why wouldn't you go by Christian hip hop? Because
that's not what it is.
Hip hop is inherently evil.
Right, as evil.
Gotcha.
Wow. Did y'all get that?
So the whole definition of like the whole word secular in the church has been incorrectly framed.
Do you think that that's changing now, or?
I think it's starting to. Okay. I think that people are starting to. I think because of the internet, people are starting to be forced to have conversations. Christians are forced now to have conversations that we should have been having for a long time because other people are having them for us.
Right.
So now we kind of got to go back and correct people.
Absolutely.
So, which we should have been having these conversations before amongst ourselves and openly. Like Paul did at Mars Hill.
So let's take it back a little bit. You shared so much just in unpacking who you were, but you said that you were from Philly.
Yeah.
You said that you are a hip hop artist. Tell us a little bit, kind of like your upbringing, mom, dad, siblings.
Yeah.
What part of Philly you came from?
Yeah. So was born in South Philly.
Okay.
Yeah, we moved to West.
Shout
Philly.
out to South Philly.
Shout out to South Philly.
Look at our sound engineer.
Where at in South Philly? Like
21st in Tasker, 21st in Fernando.
Really?
Okay.
I went to McDaniel Elementary School.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm really from down there.
He really from down there. I'm just curious. You know, I probably sprinkled in the parts a little bit.
No, he really from down there. He
really. Okay. We moved to West Philly when I think I was around like maybe 11.
Okay.
Okay.
So
we being
my
who?
Parents, my parents and my sister. She's 4 years younger than me.
Okay.
So grew up in a 2-parent home. You know, my dad is a Bible teacher and a real estate broker.
Okay.
So my mother, she's a praying woman, hardworking woman.
Well, Wikipedia says she's a pianist. I think I picked that up. Okay. All right.
That's true facts, though. Okay, just make sure.
Right. We want to get our facts straight. Okay.
Yeah, that's big facts. She does vocal training. I was singing before I was rapping.
Really?
Ooh.
Wow.
I was singing before. I mean, I write for other artists now.
Gotcha.
I wonder if she be looking at you like, brother.
Gotcha.
Didn't I teach you them vocals and you want to be rapping?
But I still sing on my album, my rap album.
Do you?
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Okay. We gotta listen a little bit more deeply because I don't think I heard you hit a note.
I ain't think I heard the note hitting either.
Okay.
I ain't think I heard a couple of doo-wop, boo-wops or nothing.
So your father, you said he was a biblical teacher?
Bible teacher.
Bible teacher.
Yeah.
It still is.
Yeah, he's actually a dean at a Bible school now.
Okay. Yeah. So was there a lot of, God in the house? Was it what was the house like?
I mean, it was interesting because my parents were never religious. I always view my parents as like having like biblical mindsets as opposed to religious mindsets. So being people who kind of were like behind the scenes in church, like they were kind of like people who were able to kind of educate me on like, certain things. And it was always like my dad always had like a library in the house. You know what I'm saying? He would break the scriptures down to me. He was never a religious person. They used to make jokes about religious people. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I grew up in that type of home. So it's
what did you attend? Like, did you have to go to church every Sunday? Was it time during the week?
Yeah, we did. We did. But the church that we went to, it wasn't really it was a Baptist church, and they had a heavy. So the pastor, Timothy Ruffin, was Beulah Baptist on 50th and Spruce. So basically, he came from being a teacher. That's his vocation. So that just spilled over into him being a pastor. He was very, academic and educational in terms of like explaining and teaching and preaching the scriptures. It was never an emotionally driven thing. It was always, can we attach the messages he's giving us? Can we? Is there a paper trail back to the scriptures for what he's saying? Okay. So that's kind of always been my, my upbringing.
Right.
So, based off what I've researched as well, it says that you was born James E. Golden.
Yeah.
So how did you get your name?
Yeah, so one day, all right, so it was a time in my life where, I spent more times in the neighborhood and in the streets than I did like in the church. You know what I'm saying? So basically, when I used to come in a house, and so I got kicked out of my parents' house. Actually.
At what age?
This was probably